In this video, I'm going to show you how versatile the Vitamix is. We're going to make a green smoothie, a hot soup and a frozen dessert using just one machine. We're going to start with the green smoothie. I have here a bed of grapes, full of natural juice, lovely and sweet to make the drink taste fantastic. Next, we're going to add an apple. Now, we specialise in whole food juices. So we're going to use the whole fruit, the skin, stalk, pips, core, all goes into our machine. Next, we're going to add some banana. Now, I am going to take the skins off the banana, but you don't have to. You'll notice though, I'm not going to throw this skin away. I'm going to use this for something later on very exciting. Next, we're going to add some pineapple. Although I've taken the skin off the pineapple, you'll see I've kept the woody core in the middle. So that goes into our container as well. 2 bits of the pineapple. A slice of ginger and a slice of lime. You don't need to worry about peeling these. Throw them into your container. Finally, we're going to add our superfoods. So we've got lovely raw spinach. Lots of goodness in here. And we're going to top this up with some curly kale. Really pack your container full of all this good stuff. Now, the final ingredient I'm going to add is ice. You're probably aware that ice destroys blenders. Most blenders come with a very sharp blade. The problem with that is, once you start trying to cut through ice, eventually that blade will go blunt. The Vitamix comes with a flat blade, like the back of a knife, so it's like taking a hammer to all this ingredients. I'm going to overload the machine with ice, just to show you how powerful a Vitamix is. Next, we're going to pop on the lid, make sure that's secure, and we're going to start our machine. Speed number 1, we're going to build up to the highest speed, 45-50 seconds, we're going to have a perfect drink. All right, here we have our silky smooth green smoothie. Here we blended the skins, the pips, the core of the fruit. We're drinking the whole juice, all the fibre, all the flavour. It's perfect. So, we've made our smoothie, but now we're left with a dirty container. Let me show you how easy it is to clean your Vitamix. You just need 2 cups of soapy water. So in goes the water. Next we will add a drop of washing up liquid. Whoops, there we go. Put the lid on. And we're going to start our machine on high speed and let it run for just a few seconds. Speed number 1 first, up to high. And that's it. Now all I'm going to do is pour away the soapy suds, give it a rinse under the tap, and we're going to be left with a clean container. Okay, we've rinsed that under the tap, and you can see there we have a clean container. Nothing under the blades, nothing caught in the lid. That means we can now use our same container to make something else. So I'm going to show you how you can make a soup in just 5 minutes using your Vitamix, and we're going to make it go from cold to hot in that 5 minutes without using any heating element. Let me show you how it works. We'll add 2 cups of cold water to begin with. In goes the cold water. Now, for anybody who's spoken to their customers about making soup at home, often it's a hassle because there's a lot of preparation time involved. With a Vitamix, that's not the case. Carrot, cabbage. Next, we're going to add some bell pepper. Now, what is the first thing you'd normally do with your bell peppers? Yeah, you'd remove this and remove the inside. So I'm going to do that and put it in here. You don't waste anything with your Vitamix. In that goes. Next, we're going to add a little bit of ginger. I'm going to make you a Thai ginger soup. It tastes fantastic. Anything strong in flavour, like ginger, garlic, you must just use small amounts because these ingredients here are going to remain raw. Keep the skin on the garlic, that can go in there. Chilli, again, strong flavours, small amounts are all you need. That is enough to flavour 2 litres of soup here. Finally, we're going to add some fresh coriander. Now you can use the dried herbs, but fresh herbs always taste better, don't they? In goes the fresh coriander. Cashew nuts. Cashews are full of healthy oils. The machine will break these nuts down, release the oils into the soup, so we'll have a creamy consistency without using any dairy. Slice of lime. Remember, you can keep the skin on the lime, and you can use your own herbs and seasoning, but just for the speed of the demonstration, I'm going to use 1.5 vegetable stock cubes. And that is the soup preparation done. Pop your lid onto your container and we're ready to go. Now, before we get this running, I just want to show you the pulse function. Now you can set the speed with which you'd like to pulse. So if you want to pulse on a low speed, you can set this to 1 to 3, or if you want to pulse on a high speed, you can do that as well. So I'm going to go to speed number 8. Here's the pulse button here. Keep your eye on the ingredients in this container. So this is great if you just want to get something up and off that blade, but in 5 or 6 pulses, you can see that's already chopped up. Now, to get this silky smooth hot soup, we need to blend on the high speed for around 5 minutes. So we're going to start the machine. I'm going to build up to speed number 10, and in 5 minutes, we'll have a steaming hot soup. Let's take a look. Okay, so I've stopped this. I'm just going to put it to one side and I'll show you the results in a second. But before I do, I want to finish by making an ice cream or a frozen dessert in under a minute. Now, the key to making a frozen dessert in Vitamix is to make sure you get the ratios correct. So we're going to use 1 part liquid, 2 parts frozen. My liquid of choice today is going to be some natural yogurt, and the 1 part really means just make sure you cover the blade with your liquid. So as you can see there, I've covered that blade with our natural yogurt. Now, if you want to sweeten your frozen desserts up, we've got some dates here. They go in, 3 dates, and you can decide what flavour you want to make these. So I'm going to make probably everybody's favourite flavour frozen dessert. We'll use some cabbage. Let's make everybody's second favourite flavour, carrot. Now, I do this for a little bit of fun, but it's a great way to hide healthy foods in something that tastes nice. Don't let them see what's in here. No one will ever know what you're tasting. All right, so we've got our 1 part liquid. Now we need our 2 parts of something frozen. So here we've got some frozen strawberries. Now, of course, you can buy your frozen fruit in the supermarkets, but what we always recommend to all our Vitamix family is use the fruit you've already got. So if you've got any fruit that's sat there going a little bit soft, or you bought too much at the supermarket, freeze it, use it in your Vitamix. Remember, this machine will deal with ice, frozen fruit, no problem whatsoever. So here we have 1 part liquid to 1 part frozen if you wanted to make a frappe drink. But because we want this to be a completely frozen dessert, we are going to add more frozen strawberries to get that ratio correct. 1 part liquid, 2 parts frozen. Okay, that looks about right. Now we're going to put our lid onto the machine and we're going to blend on high speed for around 45-50 seconds. I'm definitely going to need my tamper stick. Now you'll see when I'm tampering, I'm going to push the ingredients onto that blade. The shield will prevent this tamper stick hitting the blade, and I'm going to work the 4 corners. I'm going to be going corner, 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 little bit in the middle. High speed, tamper away. We're going to have a frozen dessert in under a minute. Let's take a look. All right, there we have our ice cream or frozen dessert. How do we know it's frozen? It's set. But the same machine that gives us this frozen dessert in under 1 minute, remember we had cold water, vegetables, a little bit of stock. We left it running for 5 minutes. We've also made steaming hot soup. That is the true versatility of our Vitamix machine. Now, we'll have a taste of the soup first. Dinner before dessert. Now, the first thing you'll notice when I pour this soup is the consistency. Look how thick and creamy that is. And we didn't use any dairy. That is the healthy oils from those cashew nuts blitzed into this soup to give it that fantastic creamy consistency. Now, the second thing that I will notice is the taste. Unfortunately, you don't have that luxury yet, so you'll have to let me taste it for you. It's wonderful. You can really taste the chili, the ginger, the garlic, the fresh coriander. Remember, all those ingredients have remained raw, so we've just released those flavours into the soup. Of course, a lot of people want that depth of flavour, so they can roast their vegetables first, saute their onions. You have all those options with your Vitamix, but that soup is absolutely amazing. All right, let's have a taste of our ice cream. So, I can show you, we've got these lovely 4 mounds and a little bit of our Vitamix Vortex in there as well. I'm going to use my underblade scraper to get this ice cream out. You could, of course, use a scoop. Completely up to you. There we are. Okay, now, will it taste good? And will I taste the cabbage and carrot in this frozen dessert? Let's have a try. Tastes like strawberry ice cream. One final thing I do want to show you with your Vitamix is this. At the beginning of the demonstration, I said that I'm not going to throw away the banana skin. We are going to use it for something shortly. So here we go. Pop the banana skin back into your container. The ends of the line, the pineapple skin. This could be tea bags, anything you like. We've got the bottom of the pineapple in there as well. Pop it back into your Vitamix with some water. There we go. Just cover your skins there with the water. And we're going to turn this to high speed for just a few seconds. Here we go. In seconds, you have just made liquid garden compost. Pour this on your plants. All those nutrients go right down into the roots. There's no mulching time. Your plants grow up big and strong. And if you think about it, just by owning a Vitamix, you have completed the circle of life. And that is the true versatility of a Vitamix.